Hey guys, I'm here today to share 5 easy steps to help you have better time management and maybe even a few extra moments a day for yourself. Who wouldn't love that? My name is Kelly Higgins and you're watching Video Thursday. We're here to help put the savvy back in the business and help moms worldwide up their game while still being creative and fabulous. Okay, so step number 1 is going to be no distractions. And I mean no distractions. So here's some tips. There's an app that you can actually download for your computer called Self-Control, and it will limit how much time you can spend on social media sites and stuff like that. Pretty awesome if you have no self-control yourself. I allow myself to go onto social medias twice a day. That's once in the morning and once in the evening. I also only check my email 3 times a day, and that's once I start work, right before lunch, and then right before I leave to or quit working or leave to go home, whichever one. The reason why I do this is because every time you go to check your email, it actually takes a little bit of time to open it, send and receive, or log in, or whatever. And even if you only have one email 4 times in the morning, you're still having to do that 4 times, and you're having to create a response email 4 times. So instead, just do that once in the morning, and then answer all of your emails at one time, and then do it once before lunch and then once before you leave. And don't log in any more than that. I used to have my emails come into my cell phone, and that was a major distraction too, because every time I would hear my phone go off, I would pick it up and look to see who it was, and if I felt like it was important enough, I would stop what I was doing and answer that email right away. Major distraction and major time suck. I don't think I need to hit Facebook a whole lot, but I do know that every time I was logging on, like every 5 minutes, I think that once I cut that out, I gained about an hour a day. And you know what? That takes me to step 2. We're going to find 1 hour a day, every day, to add to your business. So if that is cutting out Facebook but 2 times a day, I bet you could probably find that extra hour that day. Think how much more you could get done by adding an extra hour every day of pure work. It'll be amazing. And you know what? And if you would rather use that hour for yourself, even more amazing. Maybe going and getting a pedicure or something because you got all your work done. I would be all right with that. Okay, so step number 3 is going to be common sense, probably for everyone, and you might already do it. But maybe changing how you do it could make a big difference. So what we're going to do with step number 3 is make a list. Now, Jessie back on the blog, she's already kind of touched on this, and I highly recommend you going and reading that blog. So what she does is she makes some mini lists, and then she has a master list. Now, my tip for this, to expand on that, is make your list before you leave the day before. Everything is fresh on your mind. You know what you need to get done the next day. So make your list that day. Go ahead and separate it into categories, and then off of each category, make your priorities. And so when you come in the morning, it's already going to be lined out. You're going to have your tasks and your outline for the day, and you're going to be able to get started right away. So step number 4 is going to be start with a clean workspace. This is going to mean that you're going to need to do this before you leave work the day before. What I like to do is make sure my desk is completely cleaned off. I have little cubbies for inbox, outbox, things that need to be mailed. I have, an organization system for just about everything. So that way I don't have any loose papers on my desk. I put all my pins up, my scissors go back into place. That way when I come in the morning, it's refreshing. I don't know about you, but if I'm in a messy area or an environment that's messy, I tend to stress out a little bit, and a lot of times I'm not productive until I get it cleaned up. So that's a really big, important step, but my biggest step is going to be number 5. And this one has made a huge difference for me that I actually just started about 2 years ago, and it's amazing how much more productive I am. And this step is going to be don't multitask. I know that seems crazy and from outer space, but I read this study, and I'm sorry, but I don't remember where I got it from. But the study said that when we multitask, we are only thinking on just like the top of our brain, and so our brain waves aren't going very deep. So that means we're not actually storing those memories as well as we could if we were seriously thinking about one task. So when you're multitasking, you're getting distracted by other tasks. So when you single task. You've got one task at hand and you're concentrating solely on that task. I always keep a pen and paper beside me so that way if I think of something that I need to do, I just jot it down, or something that I need to remember, or an idea that pops in my head. Oh, hey, that'll be a great blog post. Write it down instead of stopping what I was doing, maybe elaborating on the blog post, whatever. I don't do that. I continue doing what I'm doing. I write it down, I set it aside, and then I continue doing that task. I started to get things done so much faster. I didn't have the loose ends that I was having before. I would get distracted really easy and then start something else and forget where I was before, or even forget to go back to that task at hand that I originally started, which is crazy. But when you have so many things on your plate like I do, you really have to single task just to make sure that every detail is covered. So there are your tips. You know what, if you even just implement a couple of these tasks, even if you just implement a couple of these steps, I bet that you can get more work done during the day and have more time for yourself and for your family in the evening. I know if you're anything like me, I hate going home with my family and thinking about what I did not get done that day, or, hey, I need to remember to do that tomorrow. If you write those things down when you think of them at work, then you don't have to worry about it at night with your family or with your dog or whatever you have at home. So just try a couple of these items and I promise that you'll save at least a little bit of time every day. That's it for Video Thursday. I hope you join me next week and can't wait to see you then. Bye!